My great escape. Once upon a time, there was a sun kissed land. I lived there. I still do. I was always an achiever, yet, even in my teens, I would be unable to meet new people. Extreme social anxiety, almost crippling. A prison, the pain of which cannot be put in words. I managed, under inexplicable personal peril. When the time came to speak for myself, I would choke. Quietly, I would have to listen to false accusations and loud voices from the worst of people. The real horror story began a few years after I landed with a bright career in my early 20s. I had it all: a mansion, a loving family. There was hardly anything else I could really dream of at that point, except that the asthma would heal. However, even that wasn't actually a sore point in my existence. I was managing very well. It was seasonal, every monsoon. In the year the mango trees bore less fruit, the gasping of my breath refused to end with the rains. I wheezed heavily all of winter, summer, and then again during the next monsoon, and then again. Almost every night I would wake up choking. Daytime was just the same. Heavier doses of medicines, steroids, hospitalizations, and side effects. Then, like a painful relative, entered the pneumonia. It had ordained itself for every month with regularity. My body would barely recover before another infection would strike. Even the viruses took a great fancy to me, as if the bacteria weren't enough. Wave after wave attacked me, like the Chinese army. Enter the allergies to foods, to air, to moisture, to cockroaches, and God knows what. Until the doctors told me that there was no hope because my soil was allergic. You don't change soils. I somehow managed to continue playing squash badminton, pills, nebulizers, and injections notwithstanding. Time went by. The November nip had begun, a twirl in the air and joy in our voices. The onset of winter is always welcomed in the Indian subcontinent. Strange are the ways of the subconscious. One night, my wife had a dream. An old man, encircled by a brilliant light, spoke. Your husband's life has been increased. She woke me up at 2 a.m. itself to tell me, to recount this very vivid experience, which had lasted for a few seconds only. She had felt ecstatic in the dreams. It filled her with vibrant energy, as if the Godhead had spoken to her. However, we really couldn't comprehend the true import of the message until one evening, around a month later, when I had just returned home. My wife said that she needed to go to the mall urgently. I quickly changed and took out the car. I was setting my 2-year old in my wife's lap when all of a sudden My back refused to straighten. I thought it might just be a small muscular spasm. However, when I reached the hospital, I found that the doctors quickly moved me to the MRI machine. They continued with the scans for hours. Then the revelation. I had developed a tumor on the spine. They opined that it was rather serious. That was the first time I actually prayed from my heart. Inside the claustrophobic MRI machine, God, if you exist, please know this. I have done my best to follow righteousness. I am broke. My little baby is only 2, and the other one has yet not seen sunlight. My wife was pregnant. My death will be unfair to my wife and my children. Please give me life until I am no longer needed by them. Doctors couldn't perform a biopsy for fear of damage to the spinal cord. Yet, surgery was the only answer. That too was risky. Some parts of me may never move. A few weeks elapsed.